Welcome to another interesting package of Focus on FCT as we highlight policies and programs of the FCT administration, all in a bid to make Abuja a world-class city. I am Mariam George Jitbo.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are hereby alerted to the activities of scavengers, also known as Babambola, which security agencies have identified as a high-level security threat to not only the residents but also to our infrastructure as they perpetrate petty stealing and acts of vandalism on public utilities. More so, they are drug peddlers, serve as spies to terrorist elements, and are ready-made tools for the public disturbances during which they attack people with dangerous weapons. The Federal Capital Territory Administration therefore reiterates that the ban on scavengers aka Bababula operating within the Federal Capital City is still in force. These miscreants are advised to stay off the streets of the Federal Capital City for their own good, as defaulters will be apprehended and prosecuted, including parents of underage children involved in these practices. Relevant agencies are carrying out enforcement of this ban as stipulated. Be law-abiding always. Let's together build the FCT of our dreams. Management announcer.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration has rewarded 184 staff for outstanding performance and exhibiting high sense of commitment to duty. It was at the 2023 FCTA Staff Recognition Award. This year's ceremony is the third edition of the FCTA Award series. In an interview, the Director, Reform Coordination and Service Improvement Department, Dr. Jummai Amadou, says the awardees drawn from the FCTA secretariats, departments and agencies were selected based on the scoring sheet provided. These and more after the break. Stay with the program as we shall be right back. I now have with me the Director, Department of Reform Coordination and Service Improvement, FCTA, in the person of Dr. Jummai Amadou. Glad to have you join us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mariam.
The third edition of the FCTA Staff Recognition Award has come and gone. What informed this laudable initiative?
Thank you very much. The initiative is part of the transformation happening in the Federal Civil Service under what we have as the Federal Civil Service Strategy Implementation Plan, FCP 2025. Because one of the pillars and the strategies of the FCP is that the proposition of civil servants should be improved. And it talks about our general welfare. And one of the major ways you can improve and boost morale of your staff is for them to be recognized for the hard work that they are putting in, which is what informs these activities that FCT is aggressively pursuing. We have over 30,000 staff, and if you identify those who have done well, to recognize them, others will not be spoiled to do what they are supposed to do. So we are here and we are glad the third edition was successful.
As the chairperson of Award Selection Committee, what is the scoring sheet used to select the awardees?
Criteria are stipulated in the Federal Civil Service Rule. We have punctuality, creativity, innovation, and your leadership style. All these are what we use, and each of these criteria have scoring that we encourage SDAs. Like the rule is that every month each department will send to the Central Planning Committee their staff of the month, because there must be a local award selection committee for each department. Every month you meet, you have your best staff based on what the person has contributed. Innovation is one of the key things that we are looking at for, and your capacity to deliver on the objective of your department. So when that is done, they send a name of the staff of the month to us who has already been celebrated in the department. At least his picture will be there. They'll give him a plaque or something just to know. We have this name from all our SDAs. That is the stipulated criteria for us to having the final event. Then at the end of the day, all the staff of the year, of the month from departments that we've gotten will now analyze their performance based on the scoring and what informed them being selected. We'll now have people from all departments that will now awarded outside the most improved revenue generating SDAs and some of our old staff who have contributed immensely to the development of FCT. So we'll do that. So by and large, we get information from department, analyze them, then have the general annual award.
Still talking about reward for hard work, how will this spur others to be serious in their duty?
It's human to want to be recognized. So if you see that we've been consistent, and if you check the number, it's been increasing by the year. The first edition, we had 77 staff that were awarded. The second edition, we have 123. The third edition, we have 184. It shows that people are beginning to see the need for them to work hard. And we're also seeing it in the overall output of our services in FCTA. People are more committed more than ever before because they know now that if you work, somebody is watching you. Somebody will recommend you. Your director will recommend you. Your immediate superior will recommend you, and you'll be awarded. So people are. It's not as if we are trying to instill unhealthy competition among our staff. It's for them to know that you must work and be rewarded. And this also, like in the next year now, we're going to shift from the upper scoring process of evaluating staff performance to the performance management system, the employee performance management system, that you're going to be given specific tasks. You're going to sign contract with your head of department. These are my taxes. These are the tasks I'm supposed to accomplish between this period of time. And you're going to be evaluated based on what you have done practically. And anybody that carry out his own tasks very well, innovatively, without any form of complaint, and all leakages block, you will be rewarded. So people are going to get recognized more, and resources will be there by God's grace. We're also going to be reaching out to external people to give us prizes that will really spur them. Imagine that our staff of the year get a car. People go out of their way to ensure that they contribute positively to the development of our FCT to be able to be recognized.
So, we noticed that the FCT administration also extended the award to some private individuals and organizations. What informed this move?
We call them, those ones are those. If you check them, they have contributed one way or the other to the development of the Federal Capital Territory. Last year, we gave some establishments who have contributed, because in either whether you like it or not, we are not running FCT in isolation of people out there that are helping us to identify these corporate organizations. I don't want to start naming them here, who have contributed. They made their facilities available for us. They made their time and resources available for us to be able to carry out some of our activities without really bending over to ensure that they are done.
Well, how will you react to the allegation that some awardees are not deserving of the award? Will you say they are all deserving of this honor?
Honestly speaking, everybody that was given this award, they all deserve the award, because like I said, the process didn't start from us. We work based on the information that we got. But there are some, we have the management category. The minister personally identified one particular officer from the Department of Road Traffic Services who is always available 247, which is why you see that on our highways, you hardly find a broken down vehicle there for more than 4 or 5 hours. He's on alert. Minister personally noticed him on the way, and he recognized him and said we should give him an award. So we have management category, and if you look at them critically, there's something that they have contributed. So for us in FCT Award Selection Committee, we do it with utmost commitment and with the best possible way that we can. With our selection committee, we do our work without any fear or favor, no favoritism. We just objectively based on what we see, because even if somebody is nominated from a department, of course we'll try as much as possible to also ensure that the person deserves it. Like you said, we got some consign about 2 people from a particular secretariat, and that very morning we stepped them down. We didn't call them because somebody raised a consign that the process that brought them to us had some issues, so they are on suspension. We are meeting this morning to investigate the matter as the PAMSEC directed, to ensure that if allegations are correct, it means they will not be given. Like I told that every month they send us names. We are not there. They score. Maybe somebody manipulated the score, we don't know. So any of those issues that come, we nip it in the board. We cannot just ask them, somebody to come and stand while we receive bashing at the end of the day. So such issues came up, but everybody that got on that day deserved the award. The 2 that had issues, they were stepped down, pending when we finish our investigation.
So in total, how many people were recognized at the 2023 FCTA Staff Recognition Award?
There are a total of 184. And outside this 184, the Minister of State, in her wisdom, also said, since the administration is rounding up, let her also recognize some people that have contributed to her success in office. So we had also about 87 people under this category, and her most performing SDAs also, which is Agri Secretariat, she gave them an award. So if you add them together, the figure will be high, because we have two recognition that she specially gave some people on that day.
It's always a pleasure having your focus on FCT.
Thank you very much, Mariam, and you look beautiful today.
Thank you,
as always.
The FCT administration has observed an increase in the influx of street beggars into the city and metropolis. When you give alms directly to street beggars, you encourage this unwholesome practice with its attendant risks to all. Remember, street begging remains banned in the FCT. Residents are encouraged to channel their alms through recognized channels as the churches, mosques, and orphanages. A better approach which still guarantees the reward of your kind gesture, as neither Islam nor Christianity encourages begging. This way, we can rid the city of this menace. To keep Abuja safe is our collective responsibility. Play your part. This message is from the FCT administration.
The reward for hard work, they say, is more work. Let's continue to keep the flag of the FCT administration flying by being committed and dedicated to our responsibilities. Who knows? You might be the next award recipient. Up next on the program is FCTA activities for the past week.
While attributing the success recorded to the FCT minister's initiative of completing ongoing and abandoned infrastructural projects, Hadi reiterates that paucity of funding has affected infrastructure development in the FCT.
Substantially, the corridors are still there, and it's a matter of time when we get the right funding, we can get to the delivery of this. Right funding in the sense that funding for infrastructure development is not a bane of Abuja alone or a Nigerian city alone. It's a national, when you examine the national integrated infrastructure master plan, which is prepared by the Ministry of now to say finance, budget and national planning. Before, the Ministry of Budget and National Planning prepared this document. Funding for infrastructure is enormous.
He discloses that the administration has received the Federal Executive Council's approval for the revised estimated cost of contract for the construction of 220-bed Gwarimpa District Hospital, 3 solid waste transfer stations at Pape, Apo, and Kuba in the FCT, as well as the contract for the provision of electric power and water supply to Apo Tafi at the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Estate.
The estate is the road that is coming from Apo Mechanic Village to Kabusa, through Kabusa to somewhere around ATV, is for now only one side. We are coming with a procurement, which is also one of those lists of outstanding projects before FEC, which, if approved, will come to develop that.
Others' approval are for the construction of access road and car park for the Abuja Light Rail at Stadium and Kukwaba stations, the construction of 15-kilometer road to Pai Community in Kwali Area Council, as well as the contract for the construction of Nanda Pandagi Dangara Agana Road in Abaji Area Council. Working out modalities towards incorporating key areas of the Abuja Master Plan in order to strengthen development of the city topped discussion at this retreat. FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello, represented by his Chief of Staff, Bashir Meiborno, reiterates that as one of the fastest growing capital cities of the world, there is the need for more commitment from the city developers and managers towards addressing identified grey areas.
Look at the role of FCDA. How do you see FCDA for the next 10 years, 20 years? What role is it going to play? So that will help you in looking at what to amend the FCDA Act, so that FCDA will not die.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration has over the years embraced all reform programs of the federal government, including executive orders, ease of doing business.
Executive Secretary, Federal Capital Development Authority, Shehu Hadi Ahmad, says despite challenges of contravening structures distorting the city master plan, measures are being evolved to meet up with the requirements of developing a befitting nation's capital city.
What are the issues? What has been left behind? What are the mistakes of the past? And then what can we do to salvage the situation, to arrest the distortions, or to correct some of the violations? So what we are doing is just the start off. We have kick-started the thing.
As the new government is about to come, the management of FCD authority thinks that it's necessary for them to prepare a working document that can be prepared to help the new government. And luckily here, the board members who are the policy oversight body over the management are here.
Resolutions reached at this retreat will assist stakeholders reappraise contending issues with a view to addressing them in line with the dream of the founding fathers. The Federal Capital Territory Administration rolled out the drums to reward hard work and outstanding performance, which stakeholders believe will motivate FCT workforce for improved service delivery. The roll call is large, from the special recognition to the Outstanding Performance Award, with the awardees drawn from the FCTA secretariats, departments, and agencies. Others are Outstanding Leadership and Management Recognition, as well as Exceptional Public Service Award, Staff of Bravery, and the Award for Gallantry, as well as Innovation and Creativity, were also presented to deserving personnel. This award is in line with one of the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025.
And when a workforce is motivated, it leads to increase in productivity and enhancement of excellence in service delivery. And over the last 7.5 years of my stewardship as a Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, I have had the privilege of working with some of the most professional, dedicated, and hard-working Nigerians as staff of the FCT administration.
This year's edition of our staff recognition and award is particularly special, given the fact that it is being held at the tail end of the tenure of office of the Honorable Minister, Malam Muhammad Musa Bello, CON, and the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Abdul Tijani Aliyu. This is important as it also affords us, the staff of FCT, the rare opportunity to individually and collectively thank their excellencies for their selfless services in the FCT administration.
Other categories of awards are Heart of the Nation Star Award, SDAs with Most Improved IGR, Staff of the Year, and the Minister of State Special Recognition Award.
This award, it can be personal, but certainly is for the FCT Internal Revenue Service as well.
It is your initial recognition that has led me to this position to be recognized today. And so I want us, all of us, to continue to do what we are doing to support the FCT administration so that more and more recognition will come for members of the press. Whatever award is given to you demands for more hard work, and therefore we are going to give it to them.
This year's event is the 3rd edition.
On our sanitation watch, we shall be beaming our searchlight on the recent demolition to reclaim land for infrastructure in Gishiri community.
Wailing and lamentations by the affected victims could not stop the bulldozers of the Development Control Department from doing the bidding of the law. All the contravening structures which hitherto served as criminal hideouts in Gishiri community are not spared in this ongoing exercise. The affected area is under Katampe district of Abuja, where most of the victims acknowledged that earlier notices were served on the affected structures. The Senior Special Assistant to the FCT Minister on Monetary Inspection and Enforcement, Iharu Atta, maintains that the aim of the exercise is to right every wrong and actualize the dreams of the city-funding fathers.
This is one of the major squatter assessments that we have. For over 10 years now, we've been removing, but it appears no headway. But today, we've gotten the headway.
Now, you know, Gishiri is very close to Maitama. Most of the criminalities that we see in Maitama, Asukoro, and part of the city center, Gishiri gives safe haven to criminals. Now that they have been crushed, now that they have been dislodged, we hope for sure that those in Asukoro, Maitama, and other areas can sleep with their two eyes closed, while we return back very quickly again to commence removal and pushing the criminals away and giving the indigents a breath of fresh air, pending when the FCTA take final decision on their matter.
The city manager says this is the last straw that will break the back of the erring camel, which has served as safe haven for criminals in the territory.
I wish to reiterate that the FCT remains safe, and we have our confidence in the ability of the security agencies to provide adequate security day and night. And from what we have seen in the immediate past, a lot of successes have been recorded, and I believe they will continue to be recorded, particularly with the provision of these vehicles.
This is where we wrap up the program this week. Keep a date with us same time, same station next week. Be vigilant and stay safe.